Welcome back. Okay, just to review, a fragment is an incomplete thought. Okay. Also called a dependent clause because it depends on something else to complete its meaning. You don't want to use them accidentally. Sometimes you can use them for effect in order to place emphasis on an idea. Like it was the adventure of a lifetime, my life. But first you have to know the rules before you can break them creatively. Frequently, fragments are also used in dialogue because that's how we speak. So you have permission to use them if the dialogue is appropriate using the fragments. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is run-on sentences. I also picked on some people for this. So basically a run-on sentence is two complete thoughts that are sort of fused together. They're also sometimes called fused sentences. So basically you have two or more independent clauses together in a sentence without the correct punctuation to divide them. So you can do that with a compound sentence because you add a comma and a fanboy. You can't just do it with a comma by itself, or that's called a comma splice. So two full sentences that are only separated by a comma, it's not enough of a traffic signal for your reader. You need something stronger. A semicolon. If you like comma splices, or if I picked on you, if you see CS on your paper, it probably means you have a comma splice. Okay. Replace that comma with a semicolon, and usually you're good. Okay. The semicolons join two closely related complete thoughts, and usually, if you're just using a comma to separate two complete thoughts, you feel like they're pretty close related anyway. Okay, so let's look at some examples. Okay. So you can fix run-on sentences many ways. Okay. Basically, you can add a comma and a fanboy, the appropriate fanboy. He enjoys walking through the country, and he often goes backpacking on his vacations. If this was not here, you would have a comma splice. Okay. You need to have the comma and the fanboy, or you will have an incorrect sentence. Again, you can use the semicolon, right? He often watched TV when there were only reruns. She preferred to read instead. Those sentences kind of naturally seem to follow each other. So instead of using a period, which you could do instead, they only use the semicolon. So commas like a pause, semicolons like a harder pause, and a period is a full stop. So Here is a run-on sentence. They weren't dangerous criminals, they were detectives in disguise. There are two ideas in here that could stand by themselves as full thoughts. Okay? So you can't have them without any punctuation. So you use a semicolon to divide them. Okay? I didn't know which job I wanted. I was too confused to decide. Again, you can divide these into two complete thoughts. You can use the test phrase again. Somebody have a question? Didn't know which job I wanted, and I was too confused to decide. So, semicolons will fix it, a period will fix it, a fanboy and a comma will fix it. So if I picked on you for one of those, and sometimes you want to use all of those because sometimes you want to have a compound sentence, but if you already have a lot of compound sentences, then you might want to just use the semicolon. Okay? It has a different flow and a different feel to it. Questions about fragments or run-ons? Good. All right, let's play some fragment and run-on Jeopardy. See if we're all on the same page. So for your groups, use the group that you're doing for your MLA presentation. We have about 6 or 7 groups. Let's see.
What if we don't know who our group is yet?
Yeah, Avery. Somebody needs to adopt Avery for this temporarily. You have a group of 3 who's willing to adopt Avery for this.
We have a group of 3.
Who's talking to me?
It's Orlando, Cole, and Liberty.
Okay, Orlando, Avery, you hang out with Orlando, Cole, and Liberty for this. You have 6 teams or 7? 6, I think. Hold on. So thank you. I will let you guys go first since you have offered to help Avery out here. So what do you guys want for your first choice? Correct or wrong, fix it yourself, sentence fragment or not a sentence fragment, run-on sentence or not a run-on sentence. Avery, will you choose?
Run-on sentence or not a run-on 200?
Run-on sentence or not a run-on for 200. My favorite color is red. What's yours? This is tricky. We haven't talked about this yet.
We just say if it's right or wrong.
Say that again.
Do we say if it's right or wrong?
Yeah, is it a run-on sentence or not a run-on sentence?
There should be a comma after red.
It is a run-on sentence. Okay. I might argue with the comma. I think you should just put a period and capitalize what's yours. That's a question and it counts as a complete thought. It's going to fail the it is true that test, but so my favorite color is red, period. What's yours? Or you could do the semicolon, right? So you did identify it correctly. Please keep track of which team you are because I will have trouble. So you guys are team 1. All right, team 2. Jason, let's have your team go. Will you choose? Choose for your team. Excuse me. Who's in Jason's team?
I am. I'll go.
Thank you.
We'll do run-on sentence or not 300.
All right. This food tastes delicious. Fragment, not a fragment. You put the test phrase in front of it. It is true that this food tastes delicious.
Is a fragment?
What was that?
I think it is a fragment. Right?
You want to confer with your team members?
Yeah.
Come on, team, help her out. Team 2.
I think so.
Let's check. We've got a subject, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a verb?
Yep.
Yes, this food tastes, and then we have an adjective. So this actually is not a fragment. It expresses a complete idea. It's true that this food tastes delicious. It sounds like a normal sentence because you've got your subject and you've got a verb. This one is good. Okay, Jason, you guys are your team 2. So when we come back around, make sure you remember your team when it's your turn. Okay, team 3. Let's see, who is team 3? Let's do Alexa, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, will you be team 3? Liberty, this is the team, the same team you're using for your MLA group. All right, which one? Oh, sorry. Which one would you like? Team 3.
Are you guys fine with sentence and fragment?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay. Sentence and fragment for 200.
Whenever my sister sings.
It's a fragment.
It is a fragment, right? If you put the test phrases in front of it, it is true that whenever my sister sings, what? We don't know what happens, right? It is a sentence fragment. Good job. Move this out of the way. All right, team 4. Who hasn't gone yet? Any volunteers? Honorog. You choose one for your team, team 4.
Yes, ma'am. I would like to choose Fix It Yourself 200.
All right. APU is so big, I get tired of walking sometimes.
We can make it like APU is so big that I get tired of walking sometimes.
Very good. That's another way to fix a fragment. You added a dependent word in there, right? So
We could
that,
also add a semicolon in between big and I.
yes. So this is where you would divide it. It is true that APU is so big. It is true that I get tired of walking sometimes.
Mhm.
Okay. Yes, you could do the semicolon. You could do a comma and APU is so big, comma, and I get tired of walking sometimes.
Yeah.
So yes, good job. All right. Who hasn't gone yet? Let's see. Reagan, have we done your team yet?
No, it's just Ellie and I.
Sorry. Well, let's have you guys be team 5. So, let me get out of here. Which one would you like?
Correct or wrong for 200?
I like sandwiches so much, I make them all the time. Correct or incorrect?
Wrong.
Correct or incorrect? Your response was accurate. So, I like sandwiches so much could be a complete sentence. I make them all the time could be a complete sentence. So you need something between, whether it's a comma and a fanboy or a semicolon, right? Good job. All right. Should have one more team out there. Who's out there? Or am I making it up? Who hasn't gone yet? No one? Okay. Back to team 1 then. Please choose which one you like.
Correct or wrong? 500.
All right, go for the gusto. Since Cindy wasn't in class, I took notes so that she wouldn't miss anything. Correct or wrong? If you remember the comma rule, this is a good clue.
So is a fanboy, right?
It is.
So shouldn't there be a comma and before it?
That is an excellent question. Unfortunately, the answer is no. So let's look at why. Okay. I took notes. That is a complete thought, right?
Yes.
But is this part a complete thought?
Oh no. So it'd be correct.
I'm very glad you pointed that out because a lot of times people start to see the fanboys and just automatically start putting commas there. Don't do that. If this sentence here is not a complete thought that can stand by itself, then you would just give yourself comma problems you didn't have before. So make sure before you put that comma that you make sure there's a complete thought on both sides of that connecting word. And in this
Okay.
case, we don't have one, so leave it out. So thank you for pointing that out. So we're good without a comma. This is an introductory word group, and this is a main sentence. So is it correct?
Yes.
It is correct. Right? So they're using the comma in the right place. They don't use a comma here because this part is not a full thought. Good work. Okay, team 2. Which one would you guys like?
I'll do the correct or wrong 400.
Okay. She ate a burger, he ate a salad.
I think it's wrong.
You are correct. It is wrong. Where would you divide it?
After burger, and then put a comma after burger, and then put and.
Yes, that would be a good way to correct it. She ate a burger and he ate a salad. Very good. Good, Jason. Yeah, you have it in the chat. Okay, good. All right, team 3. What do you guys want? Whoever chose last time, if you'll go ahead and choose.
We'll choose correct or wrong for 300.
Okay. My dad went to In-N-Out to get food, while my mom went to the grocery store to buy soda. So you can look at both parts. It is true that my dad went to In-N-Out to get food. That works, right? As a complete thought. It is true that while my mom went to the grocery store to buy soda. Does that sound like a complete thought?
No.
No.
You are right. It is not a complete thought. So it is okay to have the comma there. So this is correct or incorrect?
I think it's correct.
It is correct. Good job. You guys are team 4?
3.
3, sorry. Yes, because this part is a fragment, so the comma's legit. Now, if this word wasn't here, then it would be a comma splice. But the word is here, creating a dependent clause, so you're good.
Ma'am, I had a question. In
Yes.
In the previous one, can you still view the sentence? Or?
In the previous one,
Okay, it's fine. We can go ahead.
well, save it for the end, and we'll talk about it in the last 10 minutes, okay?
Sure.
Okay, team 4.
Yeah, I think that's us.
Okay, what do you guys want?
Fix it yourself 500.
All right, thanks to Walt Disney, Disneyland is the happiest place on earth.
After thanks to Walt Disney, you can place a comma. Thanks to Walt Disney, comma, Disneyland is the best place on earth.
Yes, that would fix it. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, team 5.
correct or wrong for 400?
Taking his new boss's hand, Jay knew he would like working there.
It's correct.
Very good. All right, back to team one.
Sentence fragments or not a sentence fragment 400.
400 or 100?
400.
Okay, sorry. I asked my mother to bake chocolate chip cookies. Is it a fragment? You have a verb, an object.
Would it be not?
It is
Yeah.
not a fragment. You're right. Very good. Okay, team two.
Fix it yourself for 100.
Jean loved her first week at APU. She made a lot of new friends.
Would you put a semicolon after APU?
That would be an excellent idea. Yes, you put a semicolon there, you can put a comma and a fanboy there. That is the right place to divide it, yes. This is the way they fixed it. Although this comma is wrong. They should not have that comma there because this is not a fanboy. They don't need the comma. Okay, team four.
You missed team 3.
Oh, I'm sorry, team three. I did not mean to skip you.
Sentence and fragment for 500.
That doll with red hair.
I think it's a fragment.
You are correct. Right, there's no verb in there. What about that doll with the red hair? What is she doing? Is she dancing like a demon? I don't know. Sorry, Halloween's coming. Almost October. Okay, now team four.
Yes, ma'am. We would do fix it yourself 400.
My car broke down. I need to buy another one.
My car broke down and I need to buy another one.
Okay. Don't forget the comma. Yeah.
Comma, and I need to buy another one.
They're using so here as like one is following the other, but I would do and also. I will accept that answer. All right, team five.
I guess I will do run-on sentence or not a run-on sentence for 300.
I was laughing so hard because Eric fell off his bike. What is with the commas before the because?
It's not a run-on sentence.
That's correct. All right, last round, team one.
Run-on sentence or not a run-on sentence 500.
APU is a great place to be at. Everyone is so friendly. Is it?
I think that's a run on.
It is a run-on, right? Where would you divide it?
At.
Mm-hmm. It's a little awkward, but yeah, APU is a great place to be at. You say because everyone is so friendly. You put a semicolon there after at. Okay, wait. Which team was that? I apologize.
1.
All right. The right person points. All right, team 2.
Run-on sentence or not a run-on sentence for 400.
I love those shoes. It looks really great on you.
Not a run-on sentence.
Let's test it. It is true that I love those shoes. It is true that it looks really great on you. In this case, it would be a run-on sentence. You would divide it here. I love those shoes. It looks really great on you. Okay. So if you could divide them into complete thoughts. All right. I'm sorry. Which team was this? I'm losing track.
Team 2.
Team 2? Okay. All right. Team 2. Team 3.
Fix it yourself 300.
Watching movies are my favorite. The popcorn is my favorite part. How do you want to fix it?
Watching.
There are a lot of things that need work in this sentence.
Would a semicolon after the first favorite work?
You could, yes, that would work. I would suggest dropping this too. You could say movies are my favorite, the popcorn is my favorite part. But yes, the semicolon would work. All right. Team 4.
I've been going the last 3 times. I'd want Lizzie and Maddie to just have a chance.
Okay. Somebody from Team 4 want to choose one? You got 2 choices.
Okay, I'll go with sentence fragment or not a sentence fragment.
Thanks, Anurag.
This is a sentence fragment.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
All right, Team 5, last one.
I don't think I have a choice.
I like going to chapel. I like to worship God.
Run-on sentence.
It is a run-on sentence. Yes.
Also, I would like to say, go all of us who are carrying our teams for answering for the whole team, aka me.
I will take that into consideration for your participation.
And other people, not just me.
Yes, yes. Good job, guys. If you struggled with these, if you weren't sure, there are some exercises I can recommend. The most important thing is being able to recognize them in your writing. Yes. Okay. I'd like to add another comma rule to the two that we are already working on. Okay. So we have the two big comma rules that, if you can remember, will fix a lot of your comma errors. So let's see. Let's add another one here. You guys are usually pretty familiar with commas for items in a series. Let me find an example for you. Let me show you what I mean. So when you list items, and this is back where the parallel structure comes in, you want to list things grammatically in the same manner. So if you have like adjective, noun, you want to keep that pattern consistent. Remember when we talked about parallelism? I like to dance, to sing, and playing the guitar. That breaks, the last one breaks the pattern, you know. I like to dance, to sing, and to play the guitar would keep the parallel structure. But generally when you have a list of items, you separate them with a comma. Now, this last comma is called the Oxford comma, okay? And it's become somewhat controversial recently. What I usually tell people is they don't usually get in trouble for putting it in, but sometimes you can get yourself in trouble leaving it out, okay? And that's the last comma before and in a sentence. So this can be just individual words, it can be phrases. The candidate promised to lower taxes, protect the environment, reduce crime, and end unemployment, okay? So this is verb, noun, verb, noun, verb, noun. It has the parallel structure, right? The prosecutor argued that the defendant, who was at the scene of the crime, who had a strong revenge motive, and who had access to the murder weapon, was guilty of homicide, okay? So this is another common one that you use. Okay. The reason you can get into trouble is because the sentence can mean two different things if you leave that Oxford comma out. So if you have a sentence like this, my uncle left me all of his property, houses, and warehouses. That means there's three items there that he left him, right? He left him some property, he left him some houses, and he left him some warehouses. But this, if we have the same sentence, oh wait, and we take out that last comma, it changes the meaning. My uncle left me all of his property, houses and warehouses. In this new sentence, the property he left him consists of houses and warehouses. So it can change the meaning of the sentence sometimes to leave that out. Okay, we are ending our second session. We'll be coming back as soon as I start a new one, because I'd like to continue with the commas. So I'll see you back in a minute.